Now, up next, let's preview and break down the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to take Kansas City to win this game. I'm tempted to pick Buffalo just simply because I don't know the status of Patrick Mahomes for this game. I do believe Patrick Mahomes is going to do everything in his power to play in this matchup versus the Buffalo Bills. He obviously got dinged up in the Cleveland Browns game last week, a game where the Kansas City Chiefs barely escaped and won that game. I do expect Patrick Mahomes to play. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't play, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. As good as the Kansas City Chiefs' weapons are, I don't think a team led by Chad Henne is going to beat this Buffalo Bills team, because you look at Josh Allen, he's really, really good. You look at that offensive line in Buffalo, it's really, really good. You look at that defense, they're red hot. They just shut down Lamar Jackson and a very good Baltimore Ravens offense. So Sean McDermott is a really, really good head coach, okay? But ultimately, it's just one of those things where until Kansas City loses up to this point, I just can't bet against them right now. You know, maybe I can bet against them versus Aaron Rodgers in a Super Bowl or Tom Brady in a Super Bowl, but Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, this is their first time being on this big stage. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Andy Reid, they've been in this spot before. And I just think their experience overall is going to really help them in this matchup versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, I do think Buffalo is actually a pretty, what's the word I'm looking to use in this situation? Let's start over. I think Buffalo matches up well with Kansas City. I'll tell you why. Because Kansas City's secondary on the back end is not great. Now, when you look at Juan Thornhill and Tyrann Mathieu, those are two stud safeties, okay? But ultimately, outside of Tyrann Mathieu and Juan Thornhill, those quarterbacks are very suspect, and I just worry a tad bit about how will Kansas City take away Stephon Diggs? How will they take away Gabriel Davis? How will they take away Cole Beasley? And if Josh Allen is given time to throw, he will light the Kansas City Chiefs up. But ultimately, I just think that Buffalo relies a little bit too much on Josh Allen to make plays. Now, last week, the Buffalo Bills defense stepped up big time versus Lamar Jackson. So ultimately, Josh Allen's kind of mediocre performance didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But listen, Buffalo, I dare you to put up 17 points versus Kansas City, and I dare you to go out there and try to win that ball game. You at least probably need to score 28 to 30 points at the bare minimum to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, because I think Patrick Mahomes and this offense are going to put up points. They're going to run the football effectively. They're going to get Patrick Mahomes time to throw, and ultimately, even if Patrick Mahomes is not quite 100%, he's still arguably the best player in the sport. So it's one of those things where I trust Patrick Mahomes to make a play or two in this game that Josh Allen just flat out doesn't make. I trust Andy Reid a little bit more than Sean McDermott, and I believe Kansas City playing at home, having that big game experience versus a very good Buffalo Bills team, I believe Kansas City gets it done. I actually picked Green Bay to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so I believe we'll get a Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl matchup. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs defeating the Buffalo Bills somewhere along the lines of, I don't know, 27 to 33. 27 to 33, Kansas City over Buffalo in this matchup. That's my prediction for the 2021 AFC Championship game, a game that will decide who goes to the Super Bowl from the AFC. My pick is Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.